It's good, people. Welcome to the seventh episode of Europe FC. This one will be an interesting one, a proper interesting one. It will be a carnage, to be fair, because all our respective clubs got kind of battered over the weekend, except for Victor, that will be late tonight. I will join us in about 15 minutes. But I think Real Madrid struggled against Real Sociedad, but they had a win over the weekend. I can't wait for Alessandro to join. Obviously, AC Milan got battered right before their Champions League game of tomorrow against Newcastle. We also discussed the Champions League today. Finally, finally, the Champions League is bloody back, mate. I don't know, that feeling again. Us PSG, we got battered over the weekend as well against Nice. Always struggling against Nice, and also after the international break, it's always the same shit happening. I don't know why every season when we are coming back from the international break, we always struggle. I don't know why, but without further ado, my mate here. Hi, yeah, I want to hear everything. Alessandro, buongiorno, come stai?
Buonasera.
Che cazzo? Buonasera, che cazzo? Che cazzo?
Yeah,
What's going on? What's going on? Talk to us, man. Talk to us.
I
What's
did.
going on, bro? I watched that game, bro. To be fair, I knew, and we discussed this last week. I knew it will be like kind of a challenging one. Obviously, Inter they're doing really well this season, but yeah, mate. Talk to us. Talk to us. If my network stops, mate, carry on. Yeah, I might reconnect. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I said it from the beginning. I would be happy with a draw. I think they're Inter are one of the most informed teams I'd say in Europe right now. I mean, they got rid of a few players, but their players, to be honest, like players like Lukaku, it's benefited them. Skriniar as well with that mistake he made on the weekend for PSG. They've kept their core players and they've added players like Frattesi
Mm,
for in the midfield who actually scored against us. Thuram played excellent against us, and what a goal he scored against us on the run of play. But
mm.
this is 5 derbies we've played since the beginning of March, and we've lost all 5 of them. So I don't know what's going on there with the way he is tactically going into these games, because we did look it was so flat, and it wasn't how we played the last 3 games. And potentially it may be because this is like we were saying, that they are a new team. We had about 6 or 7 new players playing, but we were playing not the greatest of teams. I mean, Roma is a good team, and
Yeah.
as you can see, they won 7-0, but Lukaku didn't play till the last 10 minutes. Dybala was injured, Sanchez was injured. So they had people out when we did play them.
Yeah.
But for Inter, it was I mean, I think defensively we were shocking. I think Teo Hernandez had one of the worst games I've ever seen him play. He was woeful going forward. On the counter as well, he gave away the silly
Well,
penalty. The
both
second
both
goal was
both brothers
terrible.
are both brothers are a bit shaky. Not only him, his brother as well at PSG is a bit. I'm not really convinced by his brother at PSG for now as well. But mate, I mean, 5-1. That is embarrassing, bro. And you need to talk to us about your because you were in London with the AC Milan fan club, yeah?
Yeah.
Talk to us. How was it? Was it packed? How many fans were
Yeah,
attending
it
the
was
event?
packed. Yeah, it was full. Every derby's the same. It's packed.
Mm,
Everyone. I think when it got obviously we're 2-0 down, but when Leao scored, there was a bit of hope, and everyone was like excited because we've done it before where we've come back from 2-0
mm,
against Inter, and with the players we had, and even on the bench, the players we had, we thought we could get back. But as soon as they hit the 3-1, everything, it's like everyone was just like, okay, we're giving up now. And then they hit us with the fourth. And then when Çalhanoğlu scored the penalty, people started leaving. They didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. But
yeah.
yeah, it was they need to bounce back tomorrow evening, because they have to bounce back tomorrow
Tomorrow,
evening.
man. I saw videos of the Newcastle fans already in Milan. smashing the pubs, obviously
Really?
drinking a lot
Yeah,
already. You know, there are quite a few videos up there, but I think they're not ready for the AC Milan ultras. The ultras are not here yet. They let them enjoy for now. Enjoy the day before, have some drinks, you know, do your thing. And tomorrow will be a different story because I know, especially on the Champions League night, European nights, the AC Milan fan, and especially after what happened against Inter,
exactly.
tomorrow will be a massive game for you, mate. Talk to us about this.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
need to make a
Newcastle,
big statement tomorrow,
we do need
especially
to make a
because
big statement.
Newcastle is new in the competition. They're not the favorites, so big statement for you tomorrow needed.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we are playing Newcastle
First,
first
yeah,
and at home because
mm,
we get to play them as their first Champions League game in over
agreed,
2 decades. Do you know what I mean? If we play
agreed.
them halfway through after having maybe a couple good results and the tiniest bit of experience, because a
Mm,
lot of them players are going to be nervous because a lot of them have never played Champions League football. I think
definitely.
so.
But you know what?
But
On the other end, bro, that's what we discussed with Cass, right? Is that those lads? Well, I know they're in. You know what? In the Premier League, they're struggling this season, though. They just had a win over the weekend. It was a
yeah,
one
they
0
had three losses
against
before they won. Yeah,
3 losses exactly. So they're not in a very good shape comparing to last season. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, I think there's not real pressure for them because they're back. They have kind of nothing to lose. They are already kind of happy to be in the Champions League already. So they're going to play in a kind of more relaxed way, I'd say. Whereas you, because of what happened over the weekend against Inter, and because you have the European pedigree, the European heritage, and you play at home, the pressure is more on your side, bro.
hundred
Pressure is
percent.
more on your side.
Pressure is on our side, but we can't take the fact that being at home, their first game in 20 years, then on top of that, the thing is, with Milan, when there's pressure on them, they get the
Mm,
results. And then when there isn't pressure, like these top teams, well, except this Inter game, but when it comes to playing these top teams and we
yeah.
need an actual result, we actually do come out and get it somehow. And then when it's
Mm,
less meaningful, it's just like no one cares, and it's a bit of a hit and miss. But I think it definitely will be a tight game tomorrow. But there's a lot of players that on the weekend were embarrassing. And if you're gonna wear our shirt and you're gonna play like that in a derby, do you know what I mean? It's not good enough.
bro, we need to talk about those stats, bro. Like 60% possession, and you conceded 5 goals with 60% possession, bro. Look at those stats, bro. Like 526 passes, pass accuracy was better than them. More passes, more possession. Obviously, less shots on target.
They hit
Uh,
us on the counter, I think 2 or 3 times,
so you
gave away a
see,
penalty. So, but they're devastating up top. Adding Marcus Thuram, who's quick is better than having like a Zeko next to Lautaro now. The way them two have been linking up, I
mm,
think they've scored 7 goals already in 4 games together. And I don't know how many assists, but they're working
it's
well
mad.
already. And they've only played 4 games with each other. I think the midfield, I mean, Çalhanoğlu coming down a more defensive kind of midfielder now from the
Mm,
time he was at Milan. He's doing exceptional there as well. And I think Inzaghi in general, being there for a few years now, he has his system and he knows how he wants to play it. Whereas Pioli has only just moved to a 4-3-3 from a 4-2-3-1, and we still need the time to see the transition period. Yes, we won 3 games in a row, and everyone was like, "Oh, look at these, we're gelling and stuff like that." But once you play the top teams like Inter and Juventus,
mm,
who there are title challenges. Do you know what I mean? These are the points that we need as
100%.
well.
100%. Look at him.
What up, guys?
What up? What are you saying?
Oh, we just got Stu out of the streaming right
Yeah,
now. Just
he
wanna
did
get
say
in.
if his connection goes, just
I,
carry
I
on.
was
He'll be
hearing
back.
you. I was hearing you. It's a pity for Milan. I said the other day that I would think that Inter was winning the derby, but man, what a bad
Yeah,
day, huh?
it was a rough evening to say the least. I think as soon as it went to 3-1, the heads just fell. It was just so lethargic. It was like no one wanted to play, wanted to be there. There was players that are supposed to be our leaders and players that have been there for years that have known how important a derby is to us, like Teo Hernandez, Giroud. It's just nothing was happening. Nothing was going well for us. But hey,
Well,
at the end of the day, it's 3 points that we lost. And
how far are you already from the top of the classification?
Oh, we're still third. I think Juventus are on 10 points and Inter are on 12. So
well, Juventus is not on the best side, Juventus. And the other day we were talking about Lazio winning that match against Juventus, but finally Juventus did it. They got it 3-1. So how are you seeing Juventus this year? You think as usual without no Europe matches this year?
I think Allegri's finally realised that he can't play Chiesa as a wing-back, and now he's got him right next to Vlahovic as a kind of centre-forward striker that can roam around on the thing, and it's working perfectly. Both of them scored on the weekend. I think Chiesa's got a goal in 5 consecutive games now, so he's coming back after his injury. Vlahovic with 4 or 5 goals in about 4 games as well, and it's working. And they have no European football, so they're playing 1 game a week, whereas their title contenders are going to have a game like 3 games a week. So
sure, and as you said, if they get back Chiesa and Vlahovic on their level, they're going to be dangerous for the
exactly.
Champions. So and Roma, I saw Roma 7-0 to Empoli. Was that Mourinho making 7 goals in a match?
Yeah, it's a crazy one. I think
even Lukaku was scoring.
Exactly. I think having Lukaku, you could see the massive difference with having Lukaku up top for Roma. Just not even the way, like how his hold-up play was, and even next to Dybala, and obviously everyone knows how good Dybala is.
Right.
And as always, he's been exceptional. But even Renato Sanchez played well.
He's back. We're talking about your mate.
I know, bro. I know, and I know you're smiling today because Real Madrid. But you struggled, though. You struggled, but you did well. You did well.
I told you the other day when you asked me for a score for prediction for the match, I said you're gonna struggle. They're gonna be tough as always against us. Last year we lost 1 game and we tied the other one, so we get just 1 point against Real Sociedad. So this year they still got the same team. They even added some pieces to it. They got the same trainer, the same gaffer. So it was clear that it will be a really danger for us, for Real Madrid. So beating them for 2-1, it's great. And even Bellingham always try to make a goal, got the occasion at the end of the match, unluckily. But Joselu is there, so we're seeing nice things. Vinicius is missing, but till then we got Joselu making goals. I don't know if it would be the same in the Champions League, but for sure in the Spanish Championship he's gonna make bunch of goals for sure. And some things that make us hope in the future, like Fran Garcia on the left side in the back. This year Ancelotti is really betting on the left side and the right side backs, with Carvajal and Fran Garcia going on the front and going in the attack, so making some occasions, and they're getting back to their level. For example, Carvajal quit gluten last season, and since then he didn't have any injury, so it's a good point for us. So we'll see. But it was a nice match. It was really a nice match. I don't know if you saw it, but
I watched the highlights. To be fair, not the entire game, but I knew Real Sociedad was doing really well this season. They are Fred. They have quality on the pitch, man. I'm telling you, the Real Sociedad, sure. The quality, man.
Yeah, exactly. But I know one of our 2 goals was phenomenal, but 2 normal goals. But Real Sociedad, they really play really well, man. And they did 2 goals in the first 15 minutes. One of them was an offside of Oyarzabal, luckily for us, because if not, we didn't get the win. The other day, if we got 2 goals in the first 15 minutes against Real Sociedad, for sure we didn't get the win. And now Girona is playing. Girona is right now in Champions League, man. So they're getting back to it this year.
That's the thing.
Real Sociedad got 15. Look, Real Sociedad got 15. So it was a really nice match to see. A lot of occasions. Real Sociedad with Takefusa Kubo, the former player from Barcelona Youth Academy, and then also from Real Madrid, because right now half of the pass is property of Real Madrid. and he's an awesome player. Every year he's getting better and better. We'll see if we got him one chance at the team at Real Madrid, but I would love to see him at Real Madrid.
I saw the first 4 Real Sociedad games. He was man of the match, given man of the match for every single one.
They're really an team,
yeah.
They're not afraid about losing a match. So that's nice coming from them. And it's every year the same team getting some new pieces from the youth academy, which is one of the best in Spain. For example, we got Zubimendi in the midfield, who is an awesome midfielder. He's Barcelona was willing to get him as replacement for Sergio Busquets. They got Mikel Merino, who was playing for Borussia Dortmund when he was 17 years old. Now he's back in Spain in Real Sociedad, and he's a massive player. And then they got Kubo, they got Oyarzabal, so they got a really nice offensive team. They know how to play football for sure, and they're always a danger for any team, They also have the youngest Zidane. They got Zakaria right now, the new Russian guy. So we'll see how he performs,
Is the Turkish wonder kid still injured?
Arda Güler, no, still injured. Yeah. Right? So we're hoping him to be back around November. Luckily. But we're all waiting to see him, because we have heard so many good things about him that we're just waiting to see him every day, and everybody's paying attention what he's doing every day at the team, how he's recovering. So it's the big hope for the team. But the midfield is still working. Cross every day is better and better. It's nicer to see every day. The other day he made an awesome match. And getting some new pieces on the midfield. Valverde getting back to his level after the World Cup, because the last year after the World Cup he was really irregular, and the level of Valverde wasn't that good. But now it's in his back, so that's cool. Olivier.
Today we have a special guest, Olivier. Welcome, brother. Welcome as usual. Mi casa es tu casa, as we say in Spain. Victor knows. Olivier, massive PSG fan as well. Mate, let's talk. We're going to talk about the Premier League when Cash will join. So we leave the Man United defeat against Brighton for later. But in the meantime, I'm suggesting we straight away, bro, because I'm excited about this. Tomorrow, the Champions League is bloody back. Olivier, talk to us about your feeling, your prediction. What do you think is going to happen this season in the Champions League in general, but especially for PSG after what happened recently against Nice, for example? Do you feel confident?
I am confident. Well, listen, we went through, I think, your colleague with wearing the nice Canadian hat or Canadian brand hat earlier talked about the Inter Milan. It's post international games. Where were you playing, top of your shape, top of your form, top of your spirit? Not really. Maybe not. Maybe yes. I don't know. We played okay against Nice. Unfortunately, they scored more than us, which is part of the game. But for me personally, I'm hyped. I'm hyped because it's probably one of the best mercato we've had so far. We have the best players. Mbappe is on fire. If Dembele can just not try to forget that he has people around him, I know he wants to score that first goal so bad.
I know.
He's gonna forget it. He will forget it.
But perhaps it's always good. I'd rather lose the game before Champions League than the one after Champions League, because the one after Champions League will be Marseille. I'm okay to lose against Nice, but not necessarily the one against Marseille in a week's time. For tomorrow, man, I'm super excited. I think I'm eager to see what's going to happen on the pitch. We're playing home, so that's great. So the fans will be crazy and go crazy for more reasons than we can imagine. Dortmund, we've been there. I think at this time someone did some yoga. We don't have the yoga man anymore. But I'm hyped. I'm excited.
I remember that the yoga celebration. Yeah. Oh my days.
I'm with you, Olivia. I think you're gonna get an easy win. I'm not so worried.
They haven't been very good.
May have after Nice match, because I think Nice match is the usual match that you missed, that you came without no concentration, no thinking that, Nice never won in PSG field before, no, or for the last 14 years without not getting the win in Paris. So maybe they were too much relaxed. I saw the first half. They started the match like walking, we could say. There was no intensity, there was no pace on the rhythm of PSG.
Yeah.
And then Nice found a couple of occasions, made a couple of goals, and then the match, was a danger for you. And then finally,
I'm telling you, like, they're youngsters, and you can tell it's not only this season, it's like even the mid-table teams, every time they play against us, because they see all those quality players on the PSG side, they always step up. Always.
Sure.
They want to challenge. They want to challenge PSG. So they are on the A game always, mate. I'm telling you.
And you that's the same for all of the big clubs. Stu, that's the same for all big clubs. I'm sure in Italy, when Milan is going to play against Frosinone is doing their best match in the year. When they come to Madrid to play against Real Madrid, they're doing the best match they do in the whole year. So that's the usual way.
Look at what happened when this guy scored. He took off his shirt and then he won the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
And then he was all over social media. He was nuts. But I mean, he has to remember that it was Paris, and he probably was on his A game, which is great. But tomorrow's A game will matter. And I'm actually, the coach said it's going to be great football tomorrow, or great or awesome football tomorrow. I'm actually super excited to see what Lucho will bring to the table.
Let's see how it goes. But the man himself is here. We're waiting for you, my dear friend Cass. Welcome. As usual, brother. We dearly waited to discuss this, mate. We were discussing the Champions League, obviously, big week ahead of you. But bro, what's going on? Is it the end of Ten Hag already? Are you Ten Hag? What about the Manchester United fans? What's the feeling around what happened?
If you can cheer and be, this is the way I look at it. You can cheer all the wins you want, but if you can't back him when it's going to having a little bit of a bad spell, what kind of fan are you, man? You just look like a Chelsea fan. Like,
but Chelsea is a different level now.
There's no patience and loyalty in football. If we go game for game, the ones that we have lost to are the ones that we also lost to last year, right? We're in Arsenal exactly the same fashion, except for the Tottenham game, of course. There was a draw at that time, and that was probably embarrassing because we didn't finish nothing. Brian also beat us at our own ground, ended our record. The Zerbi out tactic, my man. But the way is, I'm not Ten Hag out. Nowhere near Ten Hag out, because if we have an actual realization of what players he's also brought onto the team, how many of his signings have we actually seen on the pitch together? 2. One's injured, the other one's injured. We've only seen a cameo, to be fair, of Højlund and stuff like this. So the way I view it, until I see what he has on the pitch with his signings that are first team quality, then I will judge Ten Hag for what he wants to do. But right now, it's exactly the same team, bar the goalkeeper.
Last week, bro, you were confident. When you were talking to us, you were like, Brighton is smart.
I had every right. I had every right to be confident, as much as the next fan. We did 31 games was it at Old Trafford that we haven't lost in by then in the Premier League. So why am I not going to be confident? I just didn't expect it to be like that.
But you should have always given an opportunity to Brighton, because the Cherby football is being awesome this year. How do they play?
Yeah.
How Brighton
not only this year, Victor. It's been quite.
No, last year also. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How do they get out of the pressure? The other day you weren't to the pressing so many times with the half of the team.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
20 minutes. For me, the first 20 minutes were great. Then the Zerbi split the centre backs, but I didn't like that. I didn't want a diamond in the first place. It was passive pressing as well. I wanted to play 4-3-3. If he switched the tactic to a 4-3-3, that means you got somebody on Lamptey and Veltman together. But instead, it was more centralized, and all he had to do was play around in a diamond and just made it look.
Do you share that feeling around Rashford being selfish?
Yeah,
especially that occasion as well was mad.
There was a I think out of the 7 attempts that I went over, 2 of them were correct, 6, 5 of them weren't, and then one he had every right to go for a shot. So decision making, like crossing back post, but then it's not also just Rashford though, because you have to. I look at how many players Brighton had behind the ball to defend. I counted about 8, 9 players. You can go watch it for yourself if you want. Why is there only 3, 4 players in and around the box? If not even all of them are in the box. This comes down to personnel players. It's not hard to see that Man United's midfield lacks athleticism. So how you going to press? And if they lack athleticism, like what else do they bring? You know, it looks like Liverpool's midfield of last year, I'll be honest. And this is why it gets bypassed so quick. It's very annoying.
Brighton top 6, my G. Fifth, actually.
Yeah,
Wow.
wait till they have to play Thursday, Sundays every week. Let's see how good they do then.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true. And let's talk about the.
I got a question for Cas.
Yeah, go
About
on.
athleticism, you know, because right now I'm wearing Casemiro's jersey, so I wanted to ask him about Casemiro, how he's doing, and when you're talking about a lack of athleticism, and then you were talking about Casemiro was fat at the beginning of the season, you know, when they were in summer.
I heard Casemiro put on a lot of weight since he joined.
That's what they say, you know. I remember this
United.
summer, Luka Modric and Kroos making fun of him in the field, you know, in the US.
Yes.
So
Yes,
I wanted
I
to ask him
remember
how he's getting back to the field, and what do you expect from him this
I'm
year?
for me, I'm dropping him now. Because
Wow.
Wow.
not because Casemiro is a bad player, but I need to look for what the balance of the team will look like. And a midfield of Bruno and Casemiro doesn't work. It's not,
no, obviously not.
there's no ball retention. The pressing ain't going to be a great. But if you're going to play a Casemiro, I'll bring him on to shut up shop. I'll play him in Champions League where the football's a little bit slower, and I think he would be relishing the challenge a little bit more. And if you're going to play Casemiro, then I would have to be playing, unfortunately, two next to him that's got high energy, that don't lose the ball, and that are very, and that's it. Just like Modric and Kroos. The difference is, I look at Kroos and I look at and Amrabat it's not as good as Kroos, nowhere near. But guess what? He can do a similar job. They're kind of similar builds. I think Amrabat is more of an athlete than Kroos, anyways. Then you look at Modric. You can never get that. But guess what? He never loses the ball. So I look at this youngster called Kobe Mino. Very young, but he's, for me, outstanding talent. But that's the balance we're going to only have. But that's where Casemiro don't fit, because then that's too defensive. They're centre mids, technically CDMs, DMs, /6/8s. So the balance of the team that I like is Amrabat, because he's a first phase player and he's aggressive passing and he don't lose the ball and he's aggressive. He can cover a lot of ground. Kobe is 18, don't get me wrong. But if you look at him in pre-season and what he brings, he was clearly in the plans, first team plans. Another first phase player who can drive up the pitch, and I've seen it enough times. You know, he's definitely good to do that box to box. And then who else do you have? You have to have someone that's effective, that's got to be creative, and that's Bruno Fernandes. That's the most balanced midfield Man United have. Is he going to play it though? I doubt it, because I know he's going to play Casemiro and Amrabat.
You know, that could be the most
the youngster you're mentioning from the academy, or
no? He wasn't in the academy last season. He was in first team with us the whole season.
I don't think Ten Hag likes playing the young, unexperienced youngsters, isn't
no,
it?
him, he likes him a lot. Like a lot. Like, as in, if you know any youngster that he likes the most, it's Garnacho, but he doesn't trust him to start, but he loves Kobe. He doesn't stop waxing lyrical about this guy and says he's that good.
You know, the problem to put a guy like him with 18 years old with a bad situation as you have right now, that you need to get wins, is the pressure. You know,
right now,
if he's able to go through that, you know, and having a guy like Casemiro behind him,
I would stabilize it more. I think right now, Man United needs stability. I wouldn't rely on an 18-year-old. The way I would look at it is you got Casemiro. The way Real Madrid used to play, Modric used to take the ball first, and then Casemiro would play higher up because he's actually very good in the air. And then that's where it's like I would have Amrabat next to him, just to stabilize the defensive structure a little bit more, and then progress from there. And then of course you have to have Bruno there because he's effective. The issue with me is I looked at the Bayern game and I watched it back, and even goal games before. Bruno is way too deep playing the first phase. Where do I need Bruno? I need him in the box. I need him up there. I don't need him on the right. I don't need him at the lowest position at right back to collect the ball. I need him up there with the other attackers to link the play and stuff. This is where he's not at, and that comes down to Ten Hag, and that tells me he doesn't trust his team.
He's not the usual midfield, you know. He's an attacking midfielder in any case.
I've seen him a few times against Brighton, literally being the one
next to the center
blocks off the counter attack.
Exactly. So this is where I look at as in this 4-4-2 diamond. Scrap the fucking thing. I hate it. If you're gonna play athletic players, because this is not Real Madrid. I think even Real Madrid, their diamond is shit. I don't like it. They cross the ball too much. Don't get me wrong, it suits Fran Garcia a lot. The right back, though, I don't think it suits Carvajal too much.
Yeah.
I don't think Carvajal's on his last legs, anyways. And then you got Tchouaméni, Bellingham, and I think yesterday in the first half, Sociedad could have had you on toast.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
But the thing is, what happens?
close.
Valverde inevitable. You got the actual quality to get back in the game, even if our Real Madrid go 1-0 down. Is that the Bernabeu?
It's always like this with Real
always like
Madrid.
this.
And the
Always.
pace of the, as you said, the midfield with those 4 players, they have an awesome pace in the field. They had the intensity during the 90 minutes, so that makes a difference.
That what's his name? The right wing, the Japanese guy.
Kubo.
Oh my.
He's amazing. He's a nice player.
Oh my, he's your ex-player, isn't he? Oh my word. This is what I mean when you exploit defenses that play a diamond. You lot are not seeing, you're not winning the league if you keep playing that. You need Vinicius back so much.
Obviously, we
And he's
need
a big
Vinicius
miss.
back.
And then I look at Hosselu, whatever, man. Guy's garbage. You know what? You got to do what you got to do. You got to do.
He's a usual 9, not garbage, The man has been doing 15, 20 goals every year in La Liga with teams going on second division.
Hit the bar yesterday, but
Not too bad, not too
you're
bad.
not winning the league. I can't lie. You're not winning the
He's
league.
not Mbappe.
It's not a top 9, obviously. Obviously, it's not a top 9.
You're definitely not winning the league this year. 100% not.
We'll see.
Let's have a look quickly. Let's have a look.
Usually, people say that we won't win anything.
I can't lie.
every year.
I think Barcelona are going to have it. They're going to have
Do
it.
you reckon?
Yeah, you know what is the difference?
Everything can happen.
It's Lewandowski, man. It's just Lewandowski, innit? This guy just don't stop. You know what? Even I can't believe it. Even
Lewandowski disappeared till yesterday.
How Felix is having some good fun.
Lewandowski was disappeared till the other day against Betis.
Yeah, but
he didn't make anything in the last four games before.
This is the difference. He'll go missing, but you give him a chance, he will go score.
But the last season, in the second part of the season, Lewandowski was disappeared also in Barcelona. His physique for the athleticism, as you said, for the whole season in Lewandowski.
Bro, they look at that midfield. That midfield is shit as well. Romeo and Gavi. Oh, and they still beat them 5-0. You know what? Look at that defense. Look, they went from having who's left back last year? Marcos Alonso, and the guy right back last year. Who was it again?
But Marcos Alonso last year even didn't play. Alejandro Valde was playing the whole season.
Roberto.
And on the right, they got Sergio Roberto, who is one of the captains, and he is really,
Pedri. When Pedri comes into this team, and whoever else they're gonna have in the midfield, and probably put Gavi more in the center. Maybe Romeo's actually not that.
Probably, Fernando Torres will get out of the team. Gavi will go on the attacking line, and then Pedri will get on the midfield. Romeo is the player who's giving him.
I don't care. This team is balanced. It's balanced. I like Felix there as well. He had a good game yesterday.
Frankie De Jong is getting back to his level. Is getting better every day.
I saw that when he's back his quality, man.
For me, the big difference between FC Barcelona a couple of years ago in the first start of Xavi and last year was Frankie De Jong. The level he showed last year and the level he's showing right now every day. He's really dominating the games. So for me, he's the real difference in FC Barcelona.
Tony Kroos out that team.
But for us, playing with these 4 players in the midfield, we're changing the system. Is gonna get some time. Obviously, we need back Vinicius because he's the best player in La Liga. So obviously, we need him back. But meanwhile, we're getting
the player we needed was Mbappe, bro. To be fair, I'm teasing you and I'm roasting you all the time, but trust me, I think Mbappe would have been really useful to your squad, bro.
Obviously, really if we got Mbappe, we still keep the same system with the 4-3-3. We're not changing the system,
Where's Camavinga, by the way? Is he injured?
No, Camavinga just got some rest. He came from playing with France, and then he decided
international friendlies.
We got Camavinga, Kroos, Modric, Valverde. So they're gonna change.
Germany. I don't see Tony Kroos. I don't know what love obsession or he must have Ancelotti's nudes, because I don't know how this guy still plays starting football for Real Madrid. Like he's had his day, and I know he's wicked. I wanted him at Man United back in 2013, but this is 2023. See that right hand side there, Rodrigo's poor at tracking back, anyways.
True.
You think he's a poor attacking?
He wants to keep him up the pitch where he does the most damage, and that's understandable. But Fran Garcia and Kroos, Alaba, I don't really rate him in this. I don't think he's had a great time yet at Real Madrid in total. That side is so exposed. If they dare play that against anyone remotely decent in Champions League, good luck thinking you're going to win the
obviously if you go in Champions League, Camavinga is going to get in the midfield in the left side.
Kroos smells, bro. Like I'm talking smells like Camavinga should be in that spot, man. I can't. You know what? I can't wait to see it. I can't wait.
But
to
man, we got too many midfielders. We can change them. We can give them some rest. You know, one day you're playing, the other one is the other one. But obviously, when we're gonna get in the Champions League, in the quarterfinals, in the 8 finals, we're gonna get Camavinga on the left side. Obviously, you know.
Camavinga is such a good player.
I know. He
But
can
you know
play
what
as a goalkeeper if you want to.
You know what Ancelotti would do? He would just put Camavinga left back so he can put Kroos in the team as well. He's got a love obsession with this guy.
I don't think so, because Fran Garcia, you know, with this system, we really need the defenders, you know, the left and the right defender. We need Carvajal and Fran Garcia going on the front, obviously, because you don't have any other ones on the sides. So this year, Fran Garcia is going to be key in Real Madrid. I don't know in Champions League because it's his first year in Champions League, but for sure in La Liga, you know. So we'll see, you know. As you said, this guy is a promise, you know. He has like 20 years old, like 2021, something like that, or 22. He came from the youth academy of Real Madrid. We sent him in a loan to Rayo Vallecano for the last couple of seasons. He was massive. He was the best left defender in the Spanish Championship last year.
We need to discuss this guy. Look at him. I thought Brahim was the wonder kid. Like, I had so much hope with this guy, bro. Like,
I know.
The beginning, he
give him time, man. Give him time. Give him time. Give him time.
I don't know if he will get the time. I don't know if he will get the time, you know, because his position is Jude Bellingham's one right now in the top of the midfield.
Right.
And it's going to be hard for him to get
24
some
years
minutes.
old.
You know, it's a pity. I like him, you know, but for
yeah.
having Asensio in the bench, we got Brahim in the bench, and we try to give him some chances in the team, you know. But it's going to, you know, right now, he has like 60 minutes in the whole season in 5 matches. So we'll see.
You need to go back to 4-3-3 and Real Madrid heritage. You know what?
I would love to get Bellingham on the midfield.
The League of Football this year is so boring, man, to watch.
That's not
Here
true.
we go again.
That's not true, you know.
Boring,
Last season you could say that, but this season we're getting really nice matches. That's why you don't see La Liga.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I had more.
You don't see La Liga.
I had more.
You know, the other day, the most defensive match we got in La Liga, which is Osasuna Getafe, ended 3-2. We're getting really great matches this year.
Getafe Osasuna, and there was a red card and everything. That was the best match in La Liga this year. Getafe Osasuna. How am I saying that? Not this. Anyways, man,
that's why you don't see La Liga, man. That's why you don't see La Liga.
Oh, you mean I do?
Let's put the highlights and not.
No. I watched the game. Go watch the game. I watched it. Like, honestly, I love watching all football, bro. But La Liga is so boring. Like, honestly, it reminds me of Serie A like a few years ago. Crap. I love Serie A. Serie A is up and coming. You know what? I'd even want Bundesliga football's even at least that's systematic football. I know what I'm gonna get. I know what I'm gonna suspect.
It's all about taste.
Look at Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich, man. That was what a game, man. That was great drama. I love it.
Obviously, but you got just a couple of teams in Bundesliga.
Atletico Madrid. Actually, you know what? Even Atletico Madrid.
The other day, for example, I was watching Valencia. Atletico Madrid was a nice match in Valencia.
Yeah, I'd rather watch Atletico Madrid than Real Madrid right now.
What?
Yeah, this is the truth.
That's a big statement, man.
We'll see at the end of the season. You know, the time puts everyone on its place.
You know, with Atletico Madrid, yeah, you'd think they're gonna have some play the rigid football sometimes, and then they go smash Vallecano 7-0, but then they go lose to Valencia 3-0 the other day. This is what I mean. This is Atletico. I know I'm gonna get something. Real Madrid is just the same thing.
You know, you're gonna get something with Atletico. Are you kidding me? How many matches of Atletico de Madrid have you seen on the couple of last seasons? Maybe 2 or 3.
To be
the
fair,
best ones you read on the newspapers.
They had a boring game against what's it called, Real Betis.
You gotta be kidding me if you say when you see Atletico Madrid matches, you are you gotta be kidding all the people watching the stream, man.
There's more joy watching Atletico Madrid draw with Sevilla 1-0, man.
We need some popcorns.
Yeah, man.
I like that, bro.
All it is,
you know
what Real Madrid football is right now, yeah? Either cross the ball, get the ball to Jude Bellingham. That's it.
I think so.
That's it. It's boring.
Okay. You know, it's at least maybe it's you know, more or less boring as Brighton. You know, something like
that. Wait. You know what? You got excitement from that game. What was that? Real Madrid are boring, bro.
we're starting the season, man. If you see, do you
You're
think
supposed to
that
be a
Real
big
Madrid is
player, Real
boring
Madrid. We've
without
been
watching
10 years.
without watching the matches? You see, Real Madrid is boring. So, well, you
Well,
know, when I will see
how
a
many-
Man United
how many
matches, I
times
would
you
say
watched
if
the
you're
game?
boring or not.
I watched
you
your
know?
games, bro. I watched your games. You've been getting away. Celta V, get them. You get, bro. You know what the most best thing about Real Madrid games right now is probably the stupid VAR decisions that go their way. That's the best drama you're gonna get. Otherwise, it's Jude Bellingham with a tap in at the back post or some shit. It's just whatever, man. It's boring.
No
I need
worries.
Vinicius back. I need some X factor.
Guys, we need to talk about genuinely. Your first Champions League game will be against Bayern Munich, so that will be a tough one. Yeah, at a Champions League level, I have a question from someone in the comment section. Do you genuinely think that Man United will do better in the Champions League because of your recent Champions League heritage or experience? I'd say better than Arsenal
Who said that?
this season in the Champions League.
Nah, we'll do better than
Do
Arsenal.
you think you'll do better than Arsenal in the Champions League?
Yeah. Arsenal, trust me, they'll get Bayern Munich in the round of 16 anyways. But I'm just saying, I think I don't expect to go to round Bayern Munich and beat Bayern Munich. They've been doing this for how long? Long time. Barcelona and Inter Milan went there last season and still lost. It's hard to beat them. To be fair, that was under Nagelsmann. Under Tuchel, I think anyone's got a chance. You know, I just want to go back to. I know it don't sound great, the football. And this is where it's boring, obviously. But Man United, with the current players that we do have available, you need to go back to playing that 4-2-3-1 compact. Because what I've seen, I ain't see their midfield. They don't have a DM proper one. Kimmich hasn't impressed me. He clearly don't like Tuchel, vice versa. They got a problem.
Okay.
Goretzka's for me. Goretzka's like a little bit better version of Scott McTominay. The thing is, what they have got though is they got.
It's a big
Trust me, Bayern fans will tell you.
It's to win.
Solid, bro.
That's the last
It's the same
weekend.
player. The only issue is for me, we got no Wan-Bissaka now, and that front three is deadly. That
He's
front three is
for
deadly.
United.
Yeah, they're gonna beat us. But you know what? I don't want to get embarrassed. You know, I don't mind Rashford against Lima. Upamecano's a bozo.
Bro, that is a solid lineup, bro. And Harry Kane in the Champions League, I think he will want to make a big statement.
Sure.
Having the opportunity to play with Bayern, I think he's on a mission, bro. This season, I think Harry Kane is on a mission.
And
in the Champions
look
League.
those three behind Hurricane.
I'm not-
Gnabry, Sané, and
Muller.
Müller.
Muller, you know what it is for me?
That is solid, bro.
This is why I want to play a compact.
nice.
4-2 this is why I want to play a compact 4-2-3-1 because they'll keep dragging it back for someone like Muller, right? But if you actually go watch Leverkusen versus Bayern Munich were total arse and cheeks. They were arse and cheeks, bro. They spread them nicely and wide for Leverkusen to have some sort of gap in it. Wirtz had a great game.
He should have scored as well. He missed a sitter.
Xhaka had a great game. You know, yeah, he should have. I remember. Sane is a one-trick pony. Just cut inside. He doesn't drive to the byline. You know, I'm more scared of playing against a Gnabry and a Coleman than a Sane, personally. And then
Coman, yeah, of course, bro.
Coman is
every season. Coman is a threat, bro.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Agreed.
But that's a three from the bench.
But you know what is their right hand side is not that threatening to me. Lima, whether you got Mazraoui or Upamecano, it's a bozo side. There's something you can get. You can get at them for sure, but it will be a hard job and it will be difficult.
Upamecano is shaky. He's proper. She's very clumsy, bro. Especially under pressure. I can tell you, especially with the French national team, I've seen him play quite a few times. But even with Bayern, bro, at a club level.
Yeah, Bayern heritage
is
respect it though, isn't
an
it?
average defender. It's not top level. Yeah, exactly, bro. I'd say no, Bayern. There's something to do, but I'd say Harry Kane, bro. Be careful to him because especially against an English club. Careful, bro. Victor, Union Berlin. Come on, should be an easy one, no?
Hopefully. But as I said the other day, you know, sometimes we go with too much confidence on the field. We start walking instead of running, and then you get a surprise. But for sure, I think, you know,
when you lost to Sheriff as well, you know.
Exactly, you know, the first match in Champions League with a weak rival, and then they got on the field weak, you know, walking, and then finally they got a loss instead of a win. But I hope to get, you know, a 2-0, you know, something like that, something easy. No too many goals. A boring match for Cas, and you know, just an easy win. But we'll see, because Union Berlin could be a danger. You know, we don't know anything about them. I don't see a match from them since the last season. So we'll see. Hopefully, you know, Bellingham will make another goal, and then we'll get the win. Oh. Am I the only one losing Stu?
Yeah. He's trying to
We're
come
all
back.
losing him.
This one,
We
I'm
lost
gonna
you.
watch it, but I'm here. Can you hear?
We lost you. Now we got you back. I think you were talking about Milan. Alessandro, what are your thoughts on Milan Newcastle? Because he was talking about it.
Tonali, you know.
Yeah. But listen, if we're gonna try and make a statement, but if we go fucking all guns blazing, like, and leave the gaps we did against Inter, against Newcastle, with players like Gordon, Isak, and Almiron, then they're gonna run through us like nothing. We're gonna have to be. But if did you watch that derby?
I did, but this is where I look at Newcastle. They got into another country. This is the first time on a plane in about more than 20 years, like 25 years, 23 years, something like this. Anyways, you think it's going to be hard for them?
Did any of Newcastle players play it just one match in Champions League before?
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, Trippier
and Tonali. That's it.
Tonali. Isak might have had a game or two in the Champions League under Sociedad.
Botman for Lille, possibly as well.
Maybe, but it's not the point. The whole point is, yes, they got a little bit of experience, but to actually go to the San Siro and think you're going to get a result against Milan that's a hard task for all the players. It's going to be a confidence thing for them. For me, it's going to be difficult.
Can you guys hear me now? Sorry, my laptop my network is moving mad tonight. Sorry about that. Someone just sent me we're gonna do something with those guys as well. Big up to them, the Magpie channel. Look at the fans of Castle CD Center sliding on the floor, completely pissed already. They're already smashing everything. I think the Newcastle fan are getting overexcited by this Champions League thing. I think they're not ready for what's coming as well, because AC Milan, even if you guys got battered over the weekend, I think tomorrow, I'm telling you, you need to make a big statement, bro. And if you do that, it will reassure us as well, PSG. But by the way, Alessandro, are you going to any Champions League game this season?
Yeah, I'm going Dortmund in a couple of weeks'
time. Okay.
Don't think I can make PSG's one, but I can make Newcastle away as well. So.
What do you mean you cannot make the PSG one?
Can't make the Eurostar.
You're London-based, bro. Are you scared of us or what? What's going on?
Nah, never scared. I just can't. Don't have the days off to be able to take it off.
Okay, unfortunately, fair enough. But Dortmund is a good away day, and obviously St James is smart. Looking forward to. We're organising a massive away day with the Operation London squad as well for the occasion. Will be quite a challenging one, because the game. You need to talk to me about this, lads, because apparently there are train strikes in the UK on the 4th and 5th of October. It's exactly when we're coming for the game. Exactly when we're coming. So. We'll probably struggle, and London to Newcastle is quite a long drive as well. So let's see how it goes. But bro, I'm telling you, what?
Just book a coach.
Well, how long is the coach? 6 hours?
Probably something like that, 5.5 hours.
Yeah, that's
it's cheaper. It's cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. So
yeah, probably that's the only option. Yeah, probably do that, bro. But yeah, PSG Dortmund. Dortmund are not doing that well this season as well.
I think they've got 2 wins, 2 draws. They can see they're not that.
They're never really scared of Dortmund, to be fair. And that's the problem with this type of club. They could have been great even in Europe, but they keep selling their quality players all the time. They never manage to keep them. I don't know why, but that's the business model.
They don't have the money, man. They don't have the money to pay those salary to these kind of players. Did they have the money to pay the salary for Haaland and for Bellingham? They don't have that money.
I wonder what they're doing with that money that they do get. Like
they don't got any investor. They have to pay everything in the club. So
let's see. But again, that's a shame, because I think they have a massive fan base as well. They could have done better in Europe than this, to be fair. But Dortmund, mate, prediction, I think if we have you know what happened against Nice is usually the same thing after the international break. We always come back with a loss. It's always happening. So I'm not really getting worried about what happened against Nice over the weekend. I'd say probably depending on the lineup, bro. But I think
You should
at
get a win.
home, I think we need to make a big statement. I think it will be not an easy win, but at least two goals. Yeah, 2 goals of difference. I'd say probably 3-1. Yeah, I think we need to enter this league with proper style of play, like we were waiting from Lucho. Lucho will have a crucial role this week, bro, because that's why we brought him as well. Not only for domestic trophies, we don't give a shit kind of about domestic trophies anymore, but Champions League level, bro. Luis Enrique, he needs to step up, man.
He can make the difference. He's a great gaffer, man. You'll see it. You've already seen some new things on the team, a new football style. So, the team has to grow, has to get into this new style with Luis Enrique. Too many new players. And you'll see it during the season. I think
it's okay.
this year is going to be a really nice season, for you.
Yeah, you know what? And you're going to get the idiot fan base. You're going to get the idiot fan base that says, I knew Luis Enrique wasn't the one and all this bullshit. And he's like, he was not good enough. Like, when you want to play a system, you need your tools. And after your tools, you got to get used to everyone being on the same page.
Exactly.
Just let him do his thing, man.
And patience as well, bro. Patience is the key. That's the problem with PSG fans as well, because we are spoiled for the past few years since the Qatari owners joined. The PSG fans, they're lacking. I'm saying this.
This year,
way.
You got a new gaffer, you got a new style, you got a new midfield, you got a young player like Emery playing every day, Emery third, which could be really a nice player in the future. So you have to give them some time, Kanye Lee is also a young player, Kolo Muani, so many youngsters. The only one you don't need to give him time is Dembele. I'm sorry. The other one you can give all the time in the world to the other players, but not Dembele. He will be the same.
Why? Talk to us.
He would be the same as in Barcelona. He will forget about he has some teammates, as you said right now, and he will start getting some injuries and then making his own football, just playing for him, and you'll see it. I don't think he has a
being selfish. No. Wait. You being selfish.
Yes, I think so.
It's not going to happen with Kylian, bro, because they have that connection also with Kolo Muani in the French national team. They speak the same language, bro, and you can already tell that because Kylian is also very selfish sometimes, both of them. And now because they used to their style of play, respective style of play, I think they will not allow themselves to just be selfish on their side. And you can already tell that the connection between them is looking quite good. And I think he will play different football with us, with Kylian.
Hopefully for you, but I got no hope.
I hope so, bro.
I got no hope of him. I'm sorry.
Maybe I'm too hopeful. I hope talking about these lifestyle as well, and when he had an interview recently, he said that because he got married and now he has a kid as well, he's no longer playing FIFA. He's having a more
no friends in the home.
Apparently healthier style of life.
Hopefully for you,
Who's this
lifestyle?
Dembele, Usman.
Is this what we make an excuse for him now? Is that what we're doing? Because he's got a kid and that's why he can't score goals?
No. We're saying now his life is more settled with kids.
Okay.
Wife. He's no longer playing FIFA until fucking 2 a.m. and arriving late at training sessions. He doesn't do that anymore. That's what I'm saying.
It will come good. It's just a systematic thing. It's just that's all it is.
Exactly.
It will come good. There'll be a point where he don't stop scoring, and it's going to be that. There's no way he goes in the French league and doesn't score. That would be
obviously that would be
what the hell.
I agree with you, Victor, when you say he's fragile. Physically speaking, is for me, I compare him to Neymar a lot. Physically speaking, in terms of skills, etc., he's very fragile. As soon as there's a massive physical contact, and the defenders in the French league, they know that they want to.
I lost
take good care of him, and eventually he will get injured.
Okay, there you're back, because I lost most of your speech right now about Dembele. I don't know if you guys could hear him clearly.
A little bit.
Okay.
Oh, okay. I was saying sorry about the bro. Like after that, I feel embarrassed. Like my connection is fucking mad.
No worries.
But I will say that is shocking. But yeah, I was saying yeah, like he's gonna get injured. I agree with you, Victor. But I hope the later the better
We'll see. We'll see during the season for you, Dembele.
because he's
But
a he's
for
a
me,
Barcelona player. That's why you're not objective with him.
no,
He used
no,
to be a
no, no. It's
Barcelona player.
because I've seen him for the last maybe 5 years doing nothing in Barcelona, and making some excuses every day, and he was not integrated in the team.
Just quickly
Now, if
because
you say he's friend with Mbappe and Colomwani, and they're really integrated,
yeah.
maybe it
Yeah.
changed the whole story. Maybe you get a new Dembele. But
I hope so. I hope so, bro. Before we wrap it up, boys, because it's time now. Just a quick score prediction for the match day one of tomorrow for the Champions League. I'm gonna give you my prediction for Milan Newcastle. I think it's gonna be a massive statement from AC Milan. I think Newcastle is gonna get battered. I think it will be at least a 2-goal difference. I'd say probably 2-0 or 3-1 AC Milan tomorrow. Young Boys RB Leipzig. I think it will be a. I think that will be a tough one. I think probably a draw, to be fair. PSG Dortmund, not an easy win for us. I think it will be a 3-1 or 2-0. Shakhtar Porto. Ooh, that one is. I don't know, probably 2-1. And we have Man City playing tomorrow as well. Athletic. There's a lot of games tomorrow.
there's a lot of games.
Well, I'm not gonna do all the predictions on my own, guys. But I'm gonna. Let's do the main ones: AC Milan, Newcastle, PSG, Dortmund, and I'll probably go for Man City. Man City. Yeah, Man City.
That's
What about you, Alessandro? Can you hear me now?
Them ones.
Yeah, go on. AC Milan, Newcastle. Score prediction, bro.
Yeah, we're picking up the 3 points. I don't know if we'll
Okay.
say
Comfortable.
how. I don't
Confident.
think it'll be comfortable, but we definitely should get the 3 points.
You're going to be
I think
comfortable. Watch.
I think Leipzig will beat Young Boys. They're playing quite well. I think Javi Simmons in the last 3 games has got a goal and assist in every game. So he's definitely.
Do you know, I'm still crying about him. I would have loved. We had a, how do you call this in English, false joy, because he was supposed to be back this season with PSG, and they loaned him straight away after he came back from PSV. I think he's a quality striker. Be careful. You're right.
Yeah, City's winning. I think Shakhtar's beating Porto. I'm going to say as well.
Okay. Man City broadcast. Do you think Man City will win that Champions League again, or is it over for them? You don't want it, obviously.
They're looking favourites, man. To be honest.
Yeah.
I agree.
Clear.
100%. 100%. Would you prefer Man City to win it or Arsenal?
No, Man City. They've already won it. Just take another one.
Okay.
I hate Arsenal.
Fair enough. Well, again, you are Mancunian as well, so yeah.
It's not a point. I can't stand Arsenal fans. Honestly, I can't.
That makes sense. Okay, fair enough. What about you, Victor? The Real Madrid, easy win for you or against Union Berlin?
Nah, for me, I think it will be, a 2-0, something like that, 3-1. I don't know if an easy one, but I think we will get the win. But as I said before, maybe they got into the field as PSG the other Saturday against Nice. They got really relaxed, with no intensity, and maybe we got a surprise as the last year against Sheriff. But I think it's going to be an easy win for us because also Union Berlin is not on the same level that the last year for what we know, because I didn't see Union Berlin this year. But for us, it will be an easy one, I think. Lazio Atletico is going to be a nice match also tomorrow.
Lazio Atletico will be a banger as well. Yeah, agreed. You play Wednesday, the 20th of September, Cass. That's your first game against Bayern Munich. How do you feel? We just checked the lineup of Bayern Munich. I'm trying to you, Mayor. How do you feel about that game? Do you think?
I think we can nick a draw. I think we can nick a draw, but if I'm going to be honest, I think we lose. I think it'll be like a 2-1. We lose 2-1.
Because you play away.
Yeah. Because our way form is horrible against top teams, so I'm going to go off that.
Okay, fair enough. Okay. Well, again, I'm in the middle of nowhere at the moment. I hope I'm going to find a pub broadcasting the PSG game tomorrow. Hopefully, I'm in enemy territory as well, so I'm not even sitting in Paris at the moment. I'm on holiday southwest of France, so see how it goes. I'm gonna wear my PSG Ultra colors tomorrow. See how it goes. If you see me fighting with people in the street, that's normal. That's normal. But guys, thanks for joining as usual. Enjoy the first match day one of the Champions League tomorrow. You know what? I'm gonna back up AC Milan for the Newcastle game. To be fair, and see. Well, this one will be an interesting one. I'm gonna keep an eye on this one. But follow Never a Foul, guys. Cass and O and MC. We want to see Dabs back as well. You know, is Dab coming back at one point, or what's going on?
It's hard for that. It's hard for Dabs to jump on because he does another kind of show like as well. That's that pretty much.
Oh right, okay. I think he got scared by Victor last time. That's probably why he escaped. But yeah, big up to you, Cass. Big up.
Yeah.
I never found the whole team. Give them a follow. Same as Victor and Alessandro. We'll put all the link in the description. Big up to FanFest as well for organizing the show. And also Vieru Vintage Shop sponsoring the show as well. We'll give you all the details in the description. Starting next week, the show will have a new format. We'll change it a little bit as well. So stay tuned. I think that will be an interesting one. We'll carry on for the rest of the season, but we are upgrading it. So stay tuned, guys. Big up. Have a good match day one, and we catch up next week.